Time now for At the Market with Brian Neiman. At the Market's videotaped before a live audience at Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is sponsored by Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, by St. John's Providence River District Hospital, Waste Management, Think Green, and St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market.
Hello and welcome to Neiman's At the Market. Here again this week we got Chef Mike from St. Clair County Community Mental Health, also Chef Mike's Catering. And then we have Caitlin. This week what we're going to feature is his famous cheesecake that he does in a lot of his competitions that he's known for. And last year, during a couple of competitions, him and Caitlin were doing a little battle. So we're going to see if they can give us the pointers and tips. And hopefully Chef Mike doesn't win again this year and bribe the judges like he said to do. We'll give you a lot of the pointers here shortly. And we have Reverend Joe from Immanuel Lutheran to chat about some events coming up. Thank you. See you shortly.
She looked at me and said, "Mama, I don't want you to die."
I was afraid of losing my leg.
I had 6 months to live.
I had blocked arteries.
I'm a doctor, and I had a heart attack.
I had an irregular heartbeat.
I just wanted her to be there for me.
Cardiac surgeons in the St. John Providence Health System are second to none.
We are a cardiovascular center of excellence.
He saved my life.
They are entrusting their life to that person.
Somebody was willing to say, you do have a chance.
We have non-surgical procedures where we can open arteries.
They did what no other doctors could do.
As a physician, I could have gone anywhere for my bypass.
He made the decision that saved his life. He came to St. John Providence Health System. Getting a good result means treating the entire patient.
We care for their spiritual needs. We care for their families.
I think I would call it a miracle.
It feels great that I'm alive.
You can trust.
Trust your heart
to St. John Providence Health System.
St. John Providence Health System, a passion for healing.
Hello and welcome back to Neiman's At the Market. Again, we have Chef Mike here and a couple of students that he's been competing all over town the last year with his famous cheesecake. Chef Mike, what are you going to make for us, or what tips are you going to show us about this low-cal cheesecake, right?
Well, I'm not sure it's low-cal, but we're going to make a white chocolate raspberry cheesecake today. And the recipes will be available to you after we finish up here today. But yeah, we competed with this a couple of years ago, and as you know, we took a first place blue ribbon with it. So
been successful, right? Been
successful with this, yes. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to have Caitlin assist me and Jeremy a little bit. And so we're going to get started. In the cheesecake making process, you have to have a pan called springform pan. It's very important that you use a springform pan. We like to line our pan, so I'm going to have Caitlin do that. She's going to show you how to put a liner in this pan so that your cheese. I
don't understand this. You're going to have them do all the work, and then you win all the competitions.
It works pretty good for me. I don't know, but.
So what is it about the cheesecake you think that makes it such a successful hit at these competitions?
I don't know. Well, I don't bribe the judges, as you say. But so that's not it. It's the type of cheesecake I make is a creamy style cheesecake. It's not so sweet that you can't enjoy it. So we try to keep the sugar down to the level that, so it's not so sweet that, it's overpowering.
I was just at St. John's River District Hospital talking to one of the dietitians, asking her, like, what made this a better dish? Was it the cream cheese? Was it the fresh raspberries? Why is this dish so successful? And she's telling me that after the third bite, we don't even know what we're eating. So why do we need such a huge, big cheesecake, and why does it win? I'm still concerned here.
Well, I think once we get this made and you try this, you'll know why we win. I mean,
I've got to eat it and try it, right?
You got to taste it to try it.
Well, wait a minute. What's going on over here with this parchment paper? We can't just pour it right into the mold?
Well, we find that, number one, it allows you to remove the cheesecake once it's baked. It allows you to remove the cheesecake without the sides sticking to it and stuff. A lot of the directions for making cheesecakes will tell you that you take it out of the oven, then you got to take a knife and you got to run the knife around the edge and so forth and so on.
All these years I've been messing with these cheesecakes and getting my hands all dirty, this is all I had to do.
All you have to do is line the pan, and this cheesecake will come in. And we'll show you later on in the show. We'll show you how easy it is to remove this cheesecake from the pan. It won't stick to it, and you'll have a successful cheesecake.
So there's truth. We should listen to our elders, and they can still give us some pointers.
Well, I actually most of like I say, most of the recipes and most of the times I've seen this done, not everybody lines their pan. This is something that I really, and I think you and I have talked about this before. I like lining the pan. It just makes the job so much easier.
So
how you doing there?
Invented this yourself,
yeah, just one
right?
second. How you doing there, Caitlin?
Good.
Okay, go ahead and clamp that shut, trim that up, and we'll show them the lined pan, and then we'll move on to the next step. After we get the pan lined, our next step is to make a crust. And as soon as she finishes that, we're going to go ahead and make the crust. Our crust is made with, in this particular, the other thing in the cheesecakes, I find that you can't just have one crust that fits all cheesecakes. A lot of people think that they can make one crust.
It's graham crackers, right?
No, it's not. We do a cookie crust, we do a chocolate cookie crust, we do a pretzel crust. We've got so that
the secret's in the crust.
Part of the making the cheesecake.
Notes, Caitlin. We need to know this so that we have a chance to win this next year.
Yeah.
It's got to be a good crust.
Well, part of that whole thing is to make all of your flavors in that cheesecake come together. And so you start with a crust. It has to accompany the flavor of the cheesecake that you're making. So if I'm making a key lime cheesecake, I probably would use a graham cracker crust. If I'm making a margarita cheesecake, I'm going to use a pretzel crust. The salt and all that brings the margarita cheesecake a margarita for Elizabeth. So the other thing
what's in today's crust?
Today's crust is going to be a chocolate crust. We're going to make that right now. That only takes just, and the other thing, people think that cheesecake making, it is time consuming a little bit, but the preparation of it can be fairly quick. So we're going to show you how quick you can make a crust, get it in the oven, and then we'll move on to the actual cheesecake. We need some chocolate, ground up chocolate. Now here, for this, I use an Oreo wafer. Or an Oreo.
Just grind those Oreos right up and just dump them right in? Or?
Right. Well, first I remove that cream that isn't any good for you.
The double stuff?
I take that out.
Throw it out?
We throw that out.
That's the best part of the cookie.
All I want is chocolate.
Just chocolate.
Yeah, I just want chocolate.
So chocolate dust, that's the secret.
That chocolate powder. So we've done this before we came, we got the chocolate. So we're going to take a cup and a half. This is on your recipe card, folks. We're going to take a cup and a half. You don't have to just shake it level. 1.5 cups of chocolate.
Cookie crumbs?
Cookie crumbs, yep. I'm just giving them time to measure this out. Then while that was going on, I put a little butter on over here to melt. We're going to, all right, we need 3 tablespoons of sugar. So let's add 3 tablespoons of sugar to that real quick. And while that's, I've had butter over here melting, so I got that already. And we use real butter. I believe in natural products, so you're going to find that in anything that, my recipes, I use natural products. I like butter. I don't use...
I thought you said that you say it's homemade, but you just buy these at a store or like it's frozen, pre-made.
I'm not going to churn my butter. Come on.
No? I meant the whole cheesecake. Isn't that the secret? Just add a little whipped cream to somebody else's cheesecake?
No, that's not what we do. And we don't. No, we don't.
So you use all real ingredients, so there's no over-processed ingredients. It's all natural.
Right. So we've got a cup and a half of crumbs. We've got 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. Go ahead and mix that up, guys. And we're just about ready to put that in the crust. Give me the thing to press this down with, will you, please? Beat that up real good there, Caitlin. Caitlin has done an awesome job. We've been working with Caitlin for about a year, and she does a really good job. She's getting pretty good at cheesecake making. And so we're going to, okay, very good. She's mixed that up. We've incorporated the butter. Let's break that up just a little bit more. We've incorporated the butter into the crumbs, and then we're going to just add that to the pan like that. We're going to spread that out, level that out a little bit, and then Caitlin, you want to press that down in there real quick?
Keep taking
get the one without
Caitlin.
the handle on it, please.
Sure that
one without the handle on it.
We've got a good opportunity to beat them this year at those. I think the Catholic dessert competition will be next, right? Go ahead and
pack that down.
You'll be good there, the ends.
Okay, just pack that down a little bit. And we use a measuring cup, something flat, and we're just going to pack that down a little bit. And
now, what are you going to do for the filling? Can we just use any like no-brand cream cheese?
Oh no.
Well, we'd save a lot of money though.
You could save a little bit of money, but the quality wouldn't be there. So you
get Philadelphia.
We buy
original.
Philadelphia. Okay, that's good, Caitlin.
How about that no fat? That would save some calories, Chef.
She's pressed that down like this. Okay, and we're going to put that in the oven now for 5 minutes. So Caitlin, go put that in the oven, and whilst that's baking off, and we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and start our cheesecake. Now,
go ahead, Chef.
Okay, I'm going to step over here, out of the way.
I'll man the butter.
All right. I'm going to have Caitlin crack 3 eggs into a bowl. You step right over there. We're going to have you crack those into a bowl. I'm going to move over here just a little bit. Give me a bowl. And this will probably in the five minutes that it's taking to bake that crust, we can almost have this cheesecake ready to go in the oven. Jim, we need that on the stove there. I want you to put 2 cups of white chocolate chips. This is a white chocolate chip, or white chocolate raspberry cheese. We have to melt down some chocolate. Let's get rid of that.
We'll melt them all down there, Chef.
All right, we've already talked about Philadelphia cream cheese. The recipe calls for 24 ounces of cream cheese. Was there a knife laying there, Jim? I had a knife laying here. No, we had it right here.
We'll get one. Just cut it right off with this scratch.
Okay, so we've got the chocolate melting. Caitlin's got this. We're gonna.
What else goes in the chocolate?
We're gonna measure out a half a cup of.
Half and half. Nothing but the best, right? Are you sure we shouldn't use skim milk?
Put a half a cup of half and half in there.
Half a cup.
Okay. We're gonna take 3 packages of the Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to add that to the mixer bowl.
I think if we change some of these ingredients, Caitlin, we'll have a chance to secretly sabotage him and win the next competition. Keep track of what he's got going on.
Now, to that we add, we're going to start creaming this, slowly creaming this together.
So you're going to take your cold cream cheese, cream it till it's smooth with some of your sugar.
And we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Caitlin, you want to measure out a cup of sugar?
That way it'll be nice and smooth. So we can pour it into our
go ahead, grab that.
filled springform pan.
So to this how's that chocolate coming, Jim?
It's just starting to melt.
All right. Did you put some half and half in it?
I put a half a cup.
That's perfect. That's what we want to see there. So now we're creaming together. We're done with that. We're creaming our sugar and our, now this is an important step in cheesecake. You want to make sure that sugar is not grainy. So you've got to let this mix long enough that the graininess of the sugar is gone away. And so we're going to let that cream a little bit. The other thing you might do now and then is stop the mixer and scrape the cream cheese down away from the sides of the bowl. A lot of recipes would tell you to do this, so we're going to do that in this recipe. We're going to scrape that down a little bit. We're going to continue to mix that.
I was wondering why these cheesecakes are so expensive, but now I can see it takes 4 of us to try to make this cheesecake in 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
No?
Now, while we're waiting on that, I need 1 tablespoon of zest and lemon juice. So we're going to zest off. Caitlin's going to show you how to use a zester here.
Why do we use the zest, Chef Mike?
Well, there's a lot of flavor in the peeling of a lemon, and so we want to bring out the full flavor of this. So we're going to add zest plus a little lemon juice.
Excellent. A lot more flavor in the zest than in the
lot of flavor in that zest. So we're going to zest that off. Okay, and then we're going to a little bit more, and then we're going to cut that in 2. Wipe that off for me, please. Okay, now we're going to take. While she's doing that, we're going to add our eggs. Now, most cheesecake recipes, a lot of recipes, but cheesecakes in particular, they want you to slowly add your eggs. We need that for 1 second, yeah. It tells you to add your eggs 1 at a time. So we're going to add that egg. We're going to incorporate the 1 egg. Can you see, are you getting a shot of, can you see this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then we're going to add another egg that's incorporated. We're going to add the 2nd egg. Once that egg is incorporated, we're going to add our third egg. Now cut that lemon in two, and let's get a little bit of juice, okay? All right, we're going to stop the mixer again, and we're going to scrape this down, make sure that the eggs are all incorporated into that, this whole process. How's that crust coming, Jeremy?
It's going really
well. All right, the oven didn't shut off on you?
No, not
okay,
at all.
All right, cool. So we've got that crust just about ready to come out of the oven. Squeeze a little bit of juice in there. And then we're going to, how much, Jim, how much does the, how much heavy cream that goes into the batter?
3 ounces.
3 ounces. We're going to add 3 ounces of heavy cream.
How many calories do you think there'd be in a slice of this cheesecake, Chef?
I'm going to guess we're probably 20. There's a few more. There's a few more than 20. There's a few more than 20. All right, we've got our lemon zest and our lemon juice. We're going to incorporate that in. And Jim, we're about ready for that white chocolate. If you get,
we're good to go.
You successful at melting that, were you?
So when I was talking to the dietitian at River District Hospital, she had told me that if we take 3 bites after that, we don't need any more, right? So we'll be okay. How do we do that? Are you going to portion this into bite size for us, or what's?
We're going to portion it so that it's at least you can enjoy it and not have to worry about your diet. So we're going to take that.
So if we wanted to buy a cheesecake and we didn't have time to get 3 or 4 guys to help us make this, you sell these?
I do, Jim. I sell these. Chef Mike's Catering. We've been doing cheesecakes now professionally for about 2.5 years, maybe 3 years now.
Do we just call you, or
yep, you can call
online,
me.
Or how do we order them?
On Facebook, you got Chef Mike's Catering, and you can. That would be the best place to find that. Or you can call me at my. Do I give out my number?
Yes.
Okay, ladies, pay attention. 810-300-2814, Chef Mike's Catering, and I am 810-300-2814. And I'm single. And I do windows.
We're just hoping that the cheesecake comes out, Chef.
Okay, get that crust out of the oven, will you, for us, Jeremy, please? Nope, the finished one. The actual crust. Remember we brought one? Yep. The one in the oven, Jeremy, please. Okay. All right, so we've got our cheesecake batter set to go in our crust, and this is what it looks like all baked off. There's our finished product coming out of the oven. I'm going to change places with you, hun, for just a second. So we've got our crust finished. Now what we're going to do is this is a white chocolate raspberry, so we're going to make sure that that raspberry is a major portion of the product. So
how did you make this raspberry jelly or whatever we've got here?
On your recipe card, you're going to find a recipe for the raspberry sauce. This would take about 25 minutes to make this. So we're going to opt out of that. I brought the sauce. I made this last night. So this is the sauce.
Real raspberries?
I take. By the way, yep, the recipe's there, but we start with a frozen raspberry, and you add sugar, and you bring that to a boil. You thaw them out, bring it to a boil. Then you add a cornstarch mixture.
Can we use jelly or?
No, you can't use jelly. You got to use this.
Real raspberry.
You want to win or not?
Oh.
Okay.
Write that down, Caitlin.
Give me a spoon, please. If you want to win, you got to do it this way.
Here you go.
Hey, he's got spoons. I brought a whole bunch of them. All right. We're going to incorporate. We're going to put a layer, not a layer, but we're going to kind of put that in on there, like that. We're going to add raspberries there. Then we're going to finish putting the rest of our filling in on top of that.
Kind of got a little swirl pattern there going on.
Well, that puts it down in the. You can't, to have it down in the cheesecake like that, you've got to put a layer in the bottom. Then we're going to add another bunch of raspberries. This is why these cheesecakes. Now, cheesecakes, if you want a premium cheesecakes, they're not cheap. A cheesecake like this sells for around $35. So, but you've got quality ingredients in it. We don't skimp on anything. We've got lots of raspberry sauce in there now.
When I bake this at home, it cracks and it turns brown. What do you do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Okay, we bake this slowly, number one. So we put a pan of water. They talk about water baths. If you go and look at about cheesecakes, they'll talk about a water bath where you'd actually sit this in a pan. What I do, Jim,
Wouldn't it get soggy?
No. The pan won't allow the water in.
Okay.
So what I do
so
to
we can
avoid
put water underneath. It doesn't have to be in the same pan. Or
that's what I do. I take a pan of water, put it in the oven while the oven's heating up, and then I sit this in there.
I don't like soggy Oreos.
Temperature should be about. No, I don't like soggy Oreos either. I don't. Well, dipped in milk, they're okay. Yeah, Oreo and milk. That's the way you go. Do you watch TV much? That's the only way you eat an Oreo. You separate it. Well, cheesecakes anyway. Back to the cheesecakes. We put this in the oven at 325 degrees for about an hour. 325 degrees with that water underneath of it.
How long? We got to know. It's so important, right?
About an hour. Let me read the card. I'm just kidding.
So you check it, right? How do we know when it's done?
No, well, we'll check it after.
Like a little timer that pops out that we can stick.
Well, first of all, I don't want to open the oven during the baking process. So we're just going to put this in and believe that the time that we're talking about is a good time. And we're going to put that in. We're going to bake that for about an hour and 15, 20 minutes maybe. Then we're going to shut the oven off, and we're going to allow that to sit in the heated oven. We don't open the door. We're going to let that sit for another hour. So this whole process is not real fast.
We can't check it a little and just
you don't want to
taste it?
No,
Nothing?
No, we're not going to do that. And it'll still be, even after the 2 hours and 20 minutes, it's still going to be a little bit jiggly. Pardon? Jiggly. Talk to you? Okay. It still may be a little jiggly in the middle, but that's okay. And then we're going to take this out and we're going to let it sit for 4 or 5 hours at room temperature. We're not going to put this in the refrigerator.
You have this much patience to make one cake.
You have to have this, and you want to know why we win.
Is that what it is? I usually do this in an hour.
We have patience. And we'll let that sit at room temperature for 4 or 5 hours. I even let them sit out sometimes overnight for 8 hours. And then we'll take it, and we'll take it off the pan, and we'll refrigerate it. Cheesecakes aren't something, I have a 48-hour advance notice on any cheesecakes that are ordered. I want the thing to set up well, and after a day, after 24...
I mean, when I cook it and I get it out in an hour, and sometimes it cracks, I just smear a little bit more sauce and some whipped cream.
Well,
it's good, right?
If you follow these directions, you probably won't.
Is that why mine's a little dry?
Yours is going to be dry.
I was wondering.
And it's not.
We got to keep
if they crack a little bit, we're going to show you in the final steps on this. If they crack a little bit, it's not a big thing, but we're going to put some chocolate on top. We're going to put some chocolate on top of this and hide maybe an imperfection.
So what should it look like then when it's ready to serve?
Let's put that in the oven, Caitlin. Are we still?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that goes in the oven. So 2 hours and 20 minutes from now, this is our product. Give me a cheesecake. No, it's right there. It's coming out of the oven. So 2 hours and 20 minutes have passed. Right out, I don't even see a box. So we're going to take this out of the oven.
Wow, it almost fell out of the pan. You didn't even have to cut it or...
All right. Now, you were talking about cracks and stuff. We've got one little crack in there, so I would think that that's a pretty successful cheesecake with that little fine crack.
It looks fantastic.
Yep. So now...
It almost looks like we need a fork.
Not yet? Not yet. We're not ready for a fork yet. Like I said, we're going to
get that thing out of there.
Okay, so now we talked about that paper liner.
I used to heat up the...
No, you don't want to do that.
No, heat up the burner or anything.
Don't want to do that. Okay, we talked about the paper, the parchment paper liner. Well, when you take that thing off, you just unwrap this like this.
How easy
I need a board to put this on. Okay. We take this off the pan like that, and then we take this paper, we just slide that off there like that. Can't come off of a pan any easier than that, folks.
And the pan's clean.
Right? And the pan's clean. You can just reuse that pan. It's ready to use again. So that's your finished product. Okay? Now, when we get ready to serve this cake, this isn't ready to serve yet. We're going to take and we're going to top this with white chocolate, curled white chocolate. So will somebody hand me the... Now, I usually buy my chocolate in a big block like this, and about 2 inches thick.
So you're going to shave some chocolate for the topping?
We're going to take this solid block of chocolate that's very expensive. Again, we use Ghirardelli chocolates. We use top quality chocolates.
And this is only 20 calories.
Now, if we had the block at 20 calories just in the chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just in the chocolate. So we're going to take, and we would have this block of chocolate. We would make curls out of this. And we're going to top this off with some nice curls of chocolate.
and now it's ready to go, right? Can we try this?
That's what we present to the judges for judging. And so there's your white chocolate raspberry cheesecake.
I think we need a fork, don't we?
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Aligning your company's economic goals with its environmental ones can be a challenge. There are many sides to consider. As North America's leading environmental solutions company, Waste Management works with you to rethink your resources, minimize your waste, and achieve your green goals, all the way around. To learn more, go to thinkgreen.com.
Challenge the clock. Challenge trends. Challenge gravity. Challenge expectations. Challenge world records. Challenge the culture and the future. Challenge banking. We challenge ourselves to be curious about ideas that make banking better. We're Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Hello and welcome back to Neiman's at the Market. We have Pastor Joe here from Immanuel Lutheran that I guess there's a concert or something coming up?
Yeah, there is. We're super excited. In just, a little over 2 weeks, we're going to have a guy named Mike Maher. Matt's going to be...
I never heard of him. Is he like a new star or...?
It depends on what genre of music you're listening to. He is a Christian artist. He's sort of an up-and-coming star, at least in that genre of music. We've been looking for someone that we can have as someone that we can present to our area here in the St. Clair, East China area.
And where exactly is this going to be at?
It's going to be at the East China Performing Arts Center on Meisner Road.
Okay, at the Performing Arts Center on Meisner Road. And what day is it going to be?
Thursday, June 28th, 7 p.m.
I've been to a few, and they're just huge sellouts at McMorran. This Christian music, it's been excellent, excellent performers.
And that's one of the things that we anticipate with Matt. Matt is the excellent performer. The quality of music is going to be outstanding, and he brings just a message of, again, as a pastor at Immanuel Lutheran Church, what we hope to bring a message of Jesus that it will be absolutely clear to the people there.
Excellent. Where's he from? Or where, local area, or where?
Originally, he's from Canada, from Newfoundland. Relocated to Arizona, kind of bounced around a little bit. And so he's, from what I understand, he's going to relocate to Nashville, and that'll be his home. But right now, he's kind of been a little bit here, a little bit there.
Wow, sounds like a big star. Is this going to be an expensive event, or how much are tickets?
I think it's very reasonable for this quality of a show at the Performing Arts Center, which is, if you said you've maybe been in some of these shows, but the Performing Arts Center is a true gem. It's sort of a hidden gem in our area for a quality show. Tickets are going to start at $15.
Wow, that's
for general admission. We also have tickets available in a small quantity for what we call VIP or Gold Circle. That'll get you into the first 2 rows.
Okay.
And then also before the show, we'll have a meet and greet. You're going to go backstage. You'll meet Matt, the rest of the band, have them sign autographs, ask them a few questions and that sort of thing. So again,
where would we find tickets, or where would we get tickets?
You can go to Immanuel Lutheran Church here in town in St. Clair. You can go to Sue's Coffee Shop, Murphy's Inn, some of those more popular places. If you're in Marine City, you can go to Living Faith Lutheran Church or the Sweet Tooth.
Is there a number we could call to get information, or a website? Or
Immanuel's website is www.immanuelsc for St. Clair.org, and everything's there on our website. And Immanuel also is the only place that you can get those Gold Circle seats.
Can we hear like a little bit of music somewhere too, and just kind of see what he's about? Or
yep. If you go to Matt's website, mattmahermusic.org.
Okay.
M-A-H-E-R is his last name.
Right.
There's snippets of that. I think also maybe even on YouTube, where you'll find most things. Video, you'll find a lot there. Also.
I've seen some of the other stars. Some people they can sing along and kind of be part of it.
Yep. You'll see his videos for his songs. What's also interesting that Matt also has put out there on YouTube is where he kind of interviews himself and where he tells a little bit of why he wrote the songs that he did. And so as the song is sort of playing in the background, you'll hear him talk about the hows and whys of his
Any
songs.
special song that you felt maybe we should look for, or that really caught your guys' eye when you were bringing him to town?
With his new CD, the very latest is called The Love in Between. This is what he's touring to support. And the first 2 songs are the ones that are making a radio rotation right now. That's Rise Up and Turn Around.
Okay.
And so those are the ones that people are more than likely going to recognize as they're going out onto YouTube or hearing on the Christian radio stations, those 2 songs.
It sounds excellent.
I think it's going to be
a good
great
performance.
show. So 2 weeks, June 28th, 7 p.m., East China Performing Arts Center.
We'd like to thank our sponsors of today's show, Fifth Third Bank, St. John's Providence River District Hospital, St. Clair County Community Mental Health, and Waste Management. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
Join us again next week for At the Market with Brian Neiman, videotaped live before an audience at Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, by St. John Providence River District Hospital, Waste Management, St. Clair County Community Mental Health, and by CTV Community TV for Marine City and St. Clair.